Riot Game had everything to be successful, but it failed. Not because it was bad, but because it was doomed from the very beginning. Now, first of all, now could be the biggest success of this anime, but turned into the biggest downfall. Why is that? Now had so much potential. She could have been the biggest thing in this anime. The anime itself introduces Now as Baka Shojiki, which literally translates to stupid honest. And she is literally the definition of those two words. Honest to the level of being stupid. She returns the 100 yen to the police station, which is less than $1. And she listens to everything, every suggestions the other gives and believes them. And that is the thing that annoys everybody and annoyed me as well. How honest can you be? Yeah, whatever, your father told you to be honest to live a good life. Okay, that's great. But nobody is this honest. That is impossible, my dudes. And most of us wouldn't mind it if she was honest and stupid first time. Second time, alright. Third time, that says. Fourth time, what the fuck is happening? There is a level to being stupid, right? How stupid can you be? If you did something stupid at the beginning, you realize and run from that, right? How many times are you going to do that? But that very thing, that very Baka Shojiki thing about Now could have been the biggest and the best thing in this anime. Now many of you have seen those characters who are too honest, who are too good, or who are too normal. Now those kinds of characters don't even seem real. They don't exist in the real world itself. Normal people are doubtful. Normal people don't believe any person immediately, are not stupid honest. So these characters who are too honest, too normal or too good are abnormal. So there will always be a reason of why these characters or these people are like that, are too honest, are too good. There is always a reason. So if this anime, Riot Game, took Now and explained, showed why she is like that, why she is Baka Shojiki, why is she like that? Because that normalcy will make this character and the anime much more interesting. There was a single scene when Akiyama and Now were trying to make their team in the first game. And so Now said, I'm gonna go collect those people. And she immediately gathered all of the people they needed. How? Now seems fucking stupid. So how did she do that? But they didn't do anything. That is why Now was so annoying to every person in existence, because there was no reason of hers Baka Shojikiness or stupid honest reason. Why is she like that? If they did that, the anime would have been so interesting and Now would have been the best thing in this anime. But she wasn't. Now would have been the biggest problem, but she is not the real problem. There are multiple real problems within the failure of Riot Game. And first of all, it all comes down to the adaptation. And no, the adaptation itself isn't bad. It's good even. People on the internet were saying that the animation, the character design are bad. No, they are classic Madhouse character design animation style, like Death Note, but just modernized. I genuinely think that the adaptation is pretty good. But the problem starts with these types of stories, these types of manga. Now I myself have read a decent amount of these types of manga and I never really liked them. I never really enjoyed them. And for me, I honestly think these types of manga only work if they are more psychological than more dramatic. If these manga or these shows are dramatic, they always seem that this show is trying to be dramatic. This show is trying to just show characters screaming and doing over the top things, being dramatic, and that lowers, that cheapens the anime over the manga itself. These types of shows need to be psychological. if they are psychological, that is when they truly become good game survivor anime or manga. And also another thing, when these types of game survivor shows try to take themselves too seriously, they become weaker. Their pressure or the thing they want to tell becomes lower. They should take themselves seriously, but not that serious. These shows should not take themselves that seriously. If they take themselves too seriously, then nobody will really care. There should be a small amount of stupidness, you can say, in these types of shows. But Riot Game did the very opposite of what I said. Riot Game was too dramatic. Riot Game was too dramatic. It was too dramatic, and psychologically, you did not get that confused because it was so dramatic. You didn't have time to psychologically or mentally think about what was happening because it was just too dramatic. You were just looking at the stupid things or over the top things happening. And just to make sure that the original material was like this, I went and read the first chapter of Riot Game because I didn't have the time to read all the manga, so I only read the first chapter. And from that, I got that the manga itself was dramatic. It is dramatic. But because manga itself is still panels, and that is why you can stop and look at that still panel and get that thing, absorb that thing, and that will make you think mentally. That will be psychological. In a manga medium, these types of game survivor shows or manga work really well. But when they are translated into anime adaptation, they are cheapened. So much cheapened. Is cheapened a word? I'm not really sure. Just one more thing, one last thing. Make your mysteries more convoluted. Not that much convoluted, but a little more confusing, a little more weird, so that the viewers will not immediately guess who is the mastermind behind all that. Because in the first game, you immediately knew. You didn't, even if you didn't technically knew why the blonde girl was the culprit, you just knew, you guessed, you felt that she was the culprit, and there was just, you figured it out too much. Make the viewers think. Make the viewers think, and that will make the show more fun. But if you make the viewers think too much and make the mystery too convoluted, it becomes weird, stupid, and over-convoluted for no reason. It becomes stupid instead of being deeper or genius. It becomes the exact opposite of that. So the reason of the downfall of Riot Game was not because the anime itself was bad. I genuinely think that the adaptation of Riot Game is pretty fucking good. And now that I have watched more episodes, I'm genuinely enjoying it. But it could not have become the manga because anime adaptations themselves don't work for game survivor shows. In the form of anime, it just cheapens these shows so much. And that is why Riot Game was doomed to fail from the very beginning. Not because it was bad, because the anime medium itself does not work for it. So yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. So bye bye. And yeah, let's not forget about subscribing, liking the video, watching another one. Do whatever you think you want to do. So bye bye.